All right, so this is a suggestion via a donation. The name of the video is Piers Morgan Discusses Ben Shapiro's rap song with Tom McDonald, DJ Vlad, and Talib Kweli. Guys, I want to point out something really quickly before we go ahead and jump into this. I know of the artist known as Talib Kweli. He had an amazing song when I was like a child. I think I was like 14 when it came out. It was called Get By. And then the Get By remix came out, right? It was an amazing song. You listen to it, you're just like, oh yeah, this is cool, right? Positive message. But bro, that was the end of my knowledge of Talib Kweli. And I am definitely a hip-hop head, okay? There's just been nothing that has grabbed me kind of since the song Get By. It's unfortunate, right? So we're gonna go ahead and see what's happening here, bro. But I just don't know what you would have to say about Tom McDonald. I have no idea, bro. But let's get it. Let's do this, guys. Let's get it.
Well, this begs the question, has hip-hop gone woke? I spoke to Ben about his unlikely
Depends on how you define woke, I guess.
transformation.
Because hip-hop has always been very social justice. The concept of hip-hop is the concept of social justice.
Into a rap heavyweight yesterday. And today I'm joined by the artist who actually crafted the song, Tom McDonald. So, Tom, well, first of all, congratulations on this runaway smash hit. You're actually entitled to celebrate it because you are a bona fide rapper. Ben, I'm not quite so convinced by. Maybe a one-hit wonder.
Ben is definitely going to be a one-hit wonder, bro. I'm not sure he'll ever jump on another song.
First of all, are you surprised by the backlash, or did you predict the backlash and that was one of the reasons you did the song in the first place?
Well, I've made a lot of sort of anti-woke anthems over the years, and there's always a certain degree of backlash that comes with it. So this one was sort of, a lot of my relationship with the audience is call and response. I make a song, people respond in the way that they do, and then I respond again with the next song. So, Facts with Ben is sort of the cap on a long line of anti-woke anthems that have been met with pretty heavy criticism.
People...
That's what's funny is, so I listen to every single song Tom McDonald comes out with. And I've never really had an issue with a single one of his songs. Never. I never have. Right? So I'm not sure who are the people that are that afraid of of information, right? And other thoughts other than their own. I guess that's really what it is. There are a lot of people who just don't like hearing other people's opinions. They just can't stand them. They're like, oh my God, he has another opinion. We need to silence him.
In the black rap community have come out and said, look, this is just blatant cultural appropriation racism, because you're accusing all their music that they produce of being about selling drugs, pushing guns, stripper poles, turning our sons into thugs and so on. What do you say to that criticism?
Bro, really quickly. Sorry to interject. I just have to point something out. It is. That's basically what it is right now. Don't get me wrong here. There are a couple of holdouts who are still trying to keep hip-hop what it was originally, right? But after the gangster rap era of hip-hop, referring to like NWA, when they came in, hip-hop was basically a dying art form at that time, because everything has to be about some type of narcotic, you running down your enemies, or turning women into absolute nastiness, right? And the guys into the people that are partaking in the absolute nastiness of society.
I think that there's all types of rappers out there. There's black rappers and white rappers and Asian rappers and Indian rappers, all types of rappers. And I don't think that criticizing sort of the status quo of the genre or criticizing the prevalent content of the music, I don't agree that there's anything racist about that.
What struck me is that there seems to have been more outrage over you guys lampooning this style of rap music than there is about the actual rap music, which often to me gets an extraordinary pass from criticism. And I said to Ben yesterday, when you have John Legend rewriting Baby It's Cold Outside because it's so offensive, but doesn't rewrite any of the lyrics of any of his rap friends, there's an obvious double standard.
That's valid. That's valid.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that sort of in general, over the last 10 to 15 years, there's been very prevalent themes in hip hop, sort of objectifying women and glorifying violence and romanticizing drug abuse and stuff like that. And I think that hip hop likes to think of itself as quite a woke genre, and none of those things seem to quite align with what the woke mob is standing up and being vocal against. So I think it's a little bit hypocritical, but
Do you think,
guys? I need an accurate modern definition of what the word woke means again, because everyone seems to use it differently, and sometimes it just goes over my head, right? But if they're referring to social justice, right, making smaller groups have louder voices, that's what hip hop was. Okay, if we start talking into like, yeah, that's really what it is. That's what it was. Now it's just, hey, listen, I have this narcotic. I think it's cool. That's basically what it is right now. It's absolute garbage, right? Every single thing coming out of hip hop is a dead and dying genre. It needs to kinda, unfortunately, go away, right? I think it peaked in like '96. I'm telling you. And it was already on its way out, unfortunately, and I am absolutely a hip-hop head. I'm telling you, I'm being honest here. So, all right.
do you think you can be #1 on the Billboard chart, or do you think you may get subtly shadow banned to stop you getting there?
Well, it's happened before. I've had Billboard refuse to count my album sales. I'm completely independent. There's no record label. There's no distribution. There's no marketing team, nothing. I make all of my beats. I write all the songs. My girlfriend shoots the music videos, entirely independent of the music.
Yeah, shout out to Nova Rockefeller, guys.
Industry. So, censorship, suppression, shadow banning is very familiar with all of those things. Like I said, Billboard's refused to count my album sales before. They've removed me off trending charts on YouTube. My distribution company, TuneCore, which is supposed to be the alternative for artists who don't want to sign a major record deal. They are supposed to be able to go to TuneCore and independently release their own music. So I had TuneCore deny release of this song and say that they will not host it in any form because of quote unquote lyrical content.
In all actuality, most likely that was because you put Ben Shapiro's name in the song.
So, I think
the title.
I think the buzz is there, and I think the press is there, and I think that the proof is in the pudding. I have access to the sales numbers, as do many other people. So I think it would be pretty hard for Billboard at this point in time to just blatantly snub us from the Billboard charts.
Can you make one promise finally, Tom, which is if you do get there, you don't make as part of your celebration a decision to do a whole album with Ben Shapiro? I don't think any of us could stomach that. Nah,
bro. Listen, it was a solid verse. It was a solid verse for someone who says he hates rap, right? It was a solid verse. I would prefer not to hear another verse from him again, personally, because the cadence was a little off, guys.
Probably
I can absolutely make that promise. I can absolutely make that promise.
Tom, congratulations on the success. I love the record because I see what you're doing with it, and I applaud you for it. It's sending up a lot of double standard, and I think that's important. Thanks for coming on the show. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Piers.
Okay, we heard from Tom, but now let's hear from the hip-hop establishment. Joining me now from New York is the highly respected rapper Talib Kweli, who also co-hosts the Midnight Miracle podcast with Dave Chappelle, and the DJ and digital media mogul DJ Vlad. Well,
bro, did you just say DJ Vlad is a part of the hip-hop establishment? Bro, if you don't get DJ Vlad off this screen right now...
A very high-powered panel to respond. So let me start with you then, Talib. You and I have locked horns before. On Twitter, as it used to be.
Yeah, you used to troll me on Twitter.
I think we both like to express ourselves forcefully, and absolutely no problem in doing that. What is your objection to this song?
Well, first of all, forgive my voice because I'm coming off tour. My voice sounds a little scratchy.
Forgive it.
I want to
sounds like normal.
Congratulate Tom. Okay, cool. I want to congratulate Tom McDonald on his journey in sobriety. Because that's very important to note. That part of his story is about his journey in sobriety.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with what he just said or the song itself.
I do think it's very cowardly and very racist to blame hip-hop for his addiction, as if white people don't have addiction issues. That's first and foremost.
When did he do that, though?
But if we're going to talk about the song Facts with Ben Shapiro, let's have a facts versus feelings conversation,
all right,
which is something that Ben Shapiro always says.
Right.
The hook of the song is "This Ain't Rap," which I agree with. It's not rap. It's not hip hop. Has nothing to do with rap. Pierce, you're wrong. The song has nothing to do with rap. This.
Okay, bro, hold on, relax. Wait, you're moving too fast. I'm gonna go ahead and say that it's probably more. Let's set up a baseline here. If rap is rhythm and poetry, and hip hop is just like the vibe or the feeling or the culture, let's go ahead and say, is this rap? It's rap. Stop playing with yourself, Talib Kweli. Stop doing this, all right? No, you had me sitting here thinking for a second. No, this is, in fact, rap. Listen to the cadence, listen to the delivery, pay attention to the BPM, pay attention to the production of the song itself, how it was delivered, the cadence. Bro, this is hip-hop. Well, this is rap. At the very least, this is rap. In fact, it is rap.
Hip hop has nothing to do with rap. Pierce, you're wrong. The song has nothing to do with rap. This song, he says, money, cars, clothes. We ain't selling drugs. We ain't gonna overdose. We ain't pushing guns. We ain't promoting stripper poles. We won't turn your sons into thugs and your daughters into hoes. Okay. This is not facts. He completely erased all conscious hip hop. You see, I got this shirt from Tribe Called Quest, one of the greatest rap groups of
absolutely
all time. He erased what I do. He erased what my people do. And most of my friends don't rap about those things. Tom is lying about rap.
Well, yeah, but hang on.
Okay, but here's the, oh my God, Talib Kweli. You're not popular. Oh, I didn't want to say it like that. That sounds so mean. Talib Kweli, you're not popular. Your friends are not popular. They're not the ones getting the streams, okay? They're not the ones that people are dancing to on TikTok, okay? They're not the ones doing these things. You can believe or attempt to think that that's a fact, but it's not. Your friends are not popular. You are not popular any longer. Like, you have your name, it's notable, but unfortunately, the people who are consuming the most of the media are honestly listening to complete garbage. You're being disingenuous here, sir. And just because he doesn't point you out, the whole conscious hip hop thing, absolutely, I get it, right? But that's not what he's talking about. You don't have to mention every subgenre of something to fully understand what he's talking about. Is the absolute filth that gets played on the radio, people are dancing to on TikTok, and what all of these young kids are listening to, all of it. I listened to something that my son was listening to the other day. I was like, ew. Okay, it is trash, bro.
All right, hang on. I don't think he's saying all rappers do. In fact, he made a point of saying he doesn't mean all rappers or all hip hop stars. But there's no doubt some do. There's no doubt some do that.
He made a point, of course. And there's some country music artists and some heavy metal artists that participate in violent and sexual content.
Absolutely valid.
But I would never make a song, you know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't specify that he meant some rap in the song. He specified that on your show when you question him. But on the song, he's saying, I'm trying to be offensive and I'm hoping to upset people. So guess what? As a black man who does hip hop, I'm offended. If you were trying to offend me, well, then you did a good job.
Were you looking to just be offended at something?
Claim that rap or art is a cause of violence and a cause of addiction in his life is irresponsible and hypocritical. When a drops in a nation, it falls on the just and the unjust. I watched a movie called Oppenheimer last night about a white man who made an atomic bomb that dropped on Japanese people because another white man, 6 million Jewish people. Killers of the Flower Moon is a great movie about a white men who go and pillage and steal from Native American people. Yesterday, a Trump fan from Philly, the father, because his father was voting for Joe Biden. That's like Vanilla ISIS. You can't tell me.
Vanilla what?
That in the culture, because his father was voting for Joe Biden. That's like Vanilla ISIS. You
never heard that.
Can't tell me in the culture that he claims that he stands for, that there's no violence and sex. You can't tell me that. Anyone who supports Trump, like Tom McDonald does in his music, after Trump's mugshot, after January 6th, after this man has been indicted for and has 91 felonies, you can't tell me about...
Bro, you are saying all of the naughty words.
About Blue Lives Matter. You can't tell me that you're about law and order. You're being a hypocrite.
Okay. Powerful words. DJ Vlad, you've been sitting there patiently. What do you make of all this?
I mean, I agree somewhat with Talib Kweli, who's also a friend of mine. The problem is that when you talk about rap and you want to talk about the gangster lyrics, the violent lyrics, the drug lyrics, when you look at rap as a whole, when you look at the biggest rappers in the world right now, Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar. These guys aren't rapping.
These are not, I mean, yeah, they're some of the biggest, but they're not the ones that everyone is rocking with, unfortunately, right? You're specifically targeting artists that have the ability to kind of dabble into the conscious realm of hip hop, right? Drake, not so much, but the other ones, absolutely.
About drugs. They're not talking about violence. They're not talking about, or whatever else. And I think a lot of times when you have these songs that try to generalize these types of things, it oversimplifies things and it gives rap in general a bad name. So it's kind of annoying. And, listening to the song, on face value, it doesn't sound like he's really saying anything wrong. But a lot of times when you have these sort of white supremacist type of sayings, like, for example, all lives matter, from the outside looking in, of course, all lives matter. But it's really a shot at Black Lives Matter and kind of trying to undermine that type of thing. So I really don't like, what we call in hip hop sneak dissing. And I feel the song has a lot of sneak dissing.
Talib, would it be fair to say that hip hop has moved to a, for want of a better word, a better place? That the biggest stars no longer want to rap about stuff that caused all the offense, and actually it's changed. Is that accurate?
See, I don't think that this should be a conversation with 3 white people and 1 black person about the state of hip-hop and a referendum on hip-hop. I think that's the wrong direction to go. One more thing I'm going to say about Donald Trump is that Tom McDonald is an immigrant. Donald Trump just said immigrants are poisoning our blood here in America. Donald Trump uses white nationalist rhetoric from Mein Kampf and Hitler all the time, and this guy is a supporter of his.
Yeah,
this song is called Facts.
Hang on. Listen, you can have your views about Donald Trump, that's fine. And by the way, you can say...
I said, I'm done with that. I'm done with that.
No,
I'm done with that. That's why I was going to the song.
I get it, but the idea that I'm not allowed to, or DJ Vlad isn't allowed to, comment about hip-hop or rap is ridiculous.
I didn't say...
It kind of is, but you're right. He didn't actually. Well, you kind of did say that actually. No, bro. Listen, you just said that. You said 3 white men, 1 black man. That's what you said. Those were your words. Own it.
He basically said
DJ
it.
Vlad. No, I didn't. Let me be clear. DJ Vlad is a controversial figure in our culture.
I'm telling you, why is he here?
A lot of people accuse him of being a culture vulture. That is.
Yeah.
Not a criticism that I personally agree with, although I do understand the argument. I work with, unbeknownst to a lot of people, I've done more songs.
Like, if you want to know exactly what this is, right? I'm not Tom McDonald. I don't really see that. We can't really put that title onto Tom McDonald. DJ Vlad, bro, stop playing. Don't talk to this man. Don't go to his interviews, because somehow every time somebody goes to his interviews, they end up going to jail. All right. So, long story short. No DJ Vlad.
With white rappers, that any rapper you can name, any black rapper you can name. My next single is featuring Mac Miller, rest in peace. I work with Macklemore. I work with R.A. the Rugged Man. There's no problem with white people in hip hop. There's a problem with racist white people in hip hop. And Tom McDonald's song is racist and is factually incorrect. And I could break down what's factually incorrect in the song Facts, and I could break down how Ben Shapiro started his career by saying,
"Bro, you are reaching.
Rap isn't music." So
He did say that, and that's kind of what the only thing I knew about Ben Shapiro before I actually knew who he was, in a sense, right? Is the fact that he did not like hip hop or rap. He doesn't like it. It's not his thing. So seeing him on a song was just like, I'm confused.
You got somebody featured on your song,
but it was decent,
who tweeted in 2019, "Fact, rap isn't music, and if you think it is, you're stupid." Well, that person is clearly not an anti-racist, intelligent person. Tom McDonald owes the hip-hop community an apology for putting someone on a song that in 2009, writing for a white nationalist site, Breitbart, wrote an article saying rap is crap. These people don't respect hip-hop. Tom McDonald is making rap for people
Well,
who
I think you're missing...
like
look, I played some of this stuff.
Talib Kweli just said something extremely interesting. Tom McDonald is making rap for people who don't like rap. Jesus Christ. Hear me out. Every single time I react to a Tom McDonald song, there's always a consistent comment that happens, right? I don't like rap, but I like this, right? What just happened here? Oh no. There's a lot of validity in the statement that Talib Kweli just made. A lot of it. Okay? I don't know where we were. I think we were like right here. But either way, so there's a lot of validity in that comment because it's true. And that's pretty much based off of every single comment. Not every single comment, but like every single video that I've reacted to, I can at least tell you that there are probably 20, 30 comments saying that I do not like hip hop, I do not like rap, but I like this, right? And that's what I kind of want to point that I want to kind of stand behind that, what he just said here, because it's interesting and because it's true. But all right, let's get it.
Feeling, it's a fact.
And the facts is, oh no, that's not. Well, it's not a fact that
it's a fact that John Legend hasn't rewritten.
Oh, bro, I think we just skipped forward a lot, bro. Hold on.
Historical context that goes into creating hip hop and equating it with the social political context that
you
goes into
genuinely
creating
think
"Baby
It's Cold Outside" is more offensive than anything that the
I
hip
didn't
hop...
say that.
Well, you implied it.
I didn't say that. I said no. I didn't imply it. I said you are removing context to make a false equivalency.
No, the context is very straightforward. John Legend chose to rewrite the lyrics to "Baby It's Cold Outside."
I understand.
But he didn't rewrite any of the offensive, misogynist, violent lyrics of his friends in the rap world.
Piers, I get.
And that, if that's a factual thing, then that's viable also.
I get that that's how you feel, but your feel.
No, but the feeling is truth though. If John Legend is specifically going after one very specific song and not trying to fix all the other craziness in hip hop, modern day modern hip hop, it's a little weird.
It's not a feeling; it's a fact.
And the facts is, oh no, that's not. Well, it's not a fact that
it's a fact that John Legend hasn't rewritten any lyrics of people in the hip hop world.
And it's not a. Piers Morgan, John Legend is not your slave. He doesn't have to do what
He's not my slave.
What are you talking about, Talib Kweli? Listen, Talib, I get it. You're coming as like the voice of hip hop or whatever it is, guys, right? But get this man off the stage. What are you talking about? You want to talk about false equivalencies, but you keep drawing them.
Piers Morgan, John Legend is not your slave. He doesn't have to do what
He's not my slave, but he can be a hypocrite, and he was.
Then let's stop talking about John Legend, because this is not about John Legend. Let's talk about the song Facts.
All right, but you...
Stop deflecting.
I'm not deflecting.
And let's talk about the song Facts.
Okay.
Okay, so can we get back to the song Facts?
Let me bring in DJ...
Bro, you're kind of looking like a clown out here.
DJ Vlad, he's been very...
lyric...
Talib, there's three of us here. Let me bring in DJ Vlad. You apparently, DJ Vlad, you're a culture vulture. What does that mean, first of all?
I mean, from my point of view, I think that's a slang for pretty much any white person in hip hop.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that.
I
wouldn't say that at all. At all. I'm sorry, sir. Listen, DJ Vlad, I apologize. No, that does not mean that. There are some people who will say that, use it all willy-nilly, but no, bro. Listen, I don't trust this. I don't trust DJ Vlad at all.
Prominent white person in hip hop being called a culture vulture, from Steve Rifkin to Leo Cohen to Eminem to Mac Miller.
Black people get called culture vultures. Also, black people get called culture vultures in this culture.
See, it's not skin color specific.
No, bro. Bruno Mars has been called that for a long time.
You can be a black or white culture vulture. Right, okay.
It's not. Absolutely.
Am I a culture vulture?
But white people do get it. White people do get a little heavier than others, and I've never minded being.
That's
called
right,
that.
because
for
white
me,
people.
Fine.
That's exactly right. Because white people are the dominant group. That's how it goes. Racism is not logical or convenient for anybody. Sorry.
Well, I mean, white people aren't the dominant group in music. I mean, hang on. White people are not the dominant group in music anymore. I would say most of the biggest stars in the world right now are not white.
White people own all of the record companies. White people own all of the record companies, Pierce. That's true.
Well, I had that conversation with Kanye. And he felt very strongly about it. And I had that conversation with him. And he may have a point about that.
White people own all of the
But it doesn't change the fact that many of the biggest and most successful and richest music artists in the world right now are black. That is also true.
All right, well, let's change places. How about we...
That's super valid. Listen, Pierce is he stepped up his game today, guys.
He get all the money, and y'all get to tap dance. How about that?
I don't think you're short of a few bob, are you?
What'd you say?
I don't think you're short of a few bob, as we'd say in England. You've got a few dollars up your sleeve.
It doesn't. The money is not about whether or not one individual makes it. I am an exception to the rule. The vast majority of my people are not rich people.
That's valid.
And that's a fact. And I'm an exception to the rule because I make money doing conscious underground hip hop. I'm not doing pop hip hop. I'm not appealing to a MAGA fan base. I don't rap about materialism, misogyny. I don't do any of that. So I'm the exception to the rule.
Talib, it's good to have you on the program.
That's a fact. He doesn't do any of these things. At least keep in mind, I haven't heard him in 2 decades, but from what I did encounter, the song Get By was extremely conscious.
Come back. I've enjoyed this debate.
Well, hold on.
I've got to move on.
I want to. Okay, but I want to say that Ben Shapiro has a history of racist comments.
Yeah, you said that.
And for Tom McDonald.
You know what?
Okay,
listen.
well then y'all should acknowledge that.
Okay,
That has been acknowledged through the entirety of the video.
You said your bit. DJ Vlad, thank you for coming back on. Please come again soon. I enjoyed that debate. Thank you very much.
All right. Listen. So, as a whole, this was solid. Talib Kweli kind of put his foot in his mouth a couple of times here, guys. A couple of times. Piers Morgan was able to kind of combat almost all the just straight ridiculousness occasionally. Again, DJ Vlad, glad you didn't speak much. Appreciate that, right? But all right, listen. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Are you team Talib or are you team Tom McDonald? When it comes down to it, bro, hip hop has evolved to basically allow everyone into the genre of hip hop. There's a subsection of hip hop that is absolutely filth. There is, right? It's okay to have multiple subgenres of hip hop, of rap within the world, the culture of hip hop, guys. It's completely fine, right? You don't have to listen to this if you don't want to. You can always listen to the real hip hop heads who are still doing like underground, as Talib Kweli said, conscious hip hop. There are some mainstream conscious rappers, absolutely, but they're not. Well, because they are popular. They're popular, right? But they're not as popular as the artists who are honestly preaching debauchery. They're not, and I think that's what overall Tom McDonald's song "Fact" was probably about, more so. But all right, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly.